Hi, I'm Noah Osterhage, owner of Payroll Partners. A lot of people wonder, how did you end up owning a payroll company? It's a great question. I started my career in finance. I worked up as a financial analyst, became an investment analyst. I ended up doing some really interesting M&A and investor relations work at a privately held company in Cincinnati. And when I left that job, I had an opportunity to work as a consultant for a gentleman who owned several privately held businesses in Cincinnati. And after my first month of work, I got handed a check, and it was, well, what do I do with this? It's not a paycheck. And I said, well, you're a consultant. You need to, have your own business and you run your own payroll. So, I'm a one-person S corp at this point, and I have to figure it out. And I learned a lot about local taxes. I was shopping all of the, I call them the publicly traded, too big to care national payroll companies. No one wants to provide service to a small business like I was. So after struggling for a few months, I went and checked with my neighbor who has a small business. Said, hey, Mark, how do you do your payroll for your business? He goes, I use Payroll Partners. And I said, well, what are you even talking about? So I looked them up. I called the company. I got great service, got everything taken care of, learned a lot about payroll and payroll taxes in the process. So go back, I'm consulting for several companies. A couple of them are some decently large staffing companies. And I noticed, they have paychecks. It's very expensive. They're paying everybody out of the same location, even though that's not accurate. So, there's some issues. There's pricing. There's no service. And I call back Payroll Partner and say, hey, can you guys work with a bigger company? And they said, of course. They were really excited for the opportunity. So we do that. We're working with them. About a year and a half later, we were in a position to, we knew them pretty well, Payroll Partners pretty well. The founder of the company was actually looking to retire and sell the business. And very fortunately, I was a large client and I was of them, and I was in a position essentially to save the company from being sold as a client list to one of those, too big to care nationally, publicly traded companies, and effectively disbanding and ceasing to be a Northern Kentucky based service company. So, having experienced the commitment of the team and the product, I was pretty motivated to save it from disbanding. And I also, I think, when I look back on it, I saw an opportunity to re-energize a really great company that, had a huge opportunity ahead of it to sell not just service, but service and technology, and go to businesses, really, larger than its historical target audience of smaller privately held businesses, and really work with mid-sized companies as well, and provide that premium service with the technology that those businesses needed. So saw this big opportunity, but also you get going and you realize, like, I really love my community. I've had to drive further and further afield to find work up into North Cincinnati. A lot of my friends have had to do that too. So I was really excited for an opportunity to build something in Northern Kentucky. I feel a deep commitment, to the team here, to the clients, to the community. And I tell everybody, I'm doing this. Sure, I want to be successful, but ultimately, the end goal here is to build a company of significance to Northern Kentucky, our clients, and our employees. So that's my goal. That's how I got here. If you have any questions or want to reach out to me on LinkedIn, I'd love to talk. Talk to you soon.